Hi darling, and thank you so much for clicking on this video where I'm gonna share with you 10 best movies ever to watch during this strange and uncertain quarantine time. The movies I'm gonna share with you today are very special. They're not typical, they're not usual, might say. Of course, all of them are extremely entertaining, very interesting just to watch for fun and stuff, but also all of them are full of immortal ideas about human nature, about our reality, and I just hope that, again, during this really strange time, this will be something that will support your development, something that will inspire and motivate you to stay strong and just to stay human in the best possible way. I won't be this person who gets to the top slowly. I will start from the top and I will stay there during this whole video. This sounds like my life strategy. V for Vendetta. Not only my favorite movie of all times, but also, considering the situation in the world, it might be a frightening warning for us.
Imagine a virus, the most terrifying virus you can, and then imagine that you and you alone have the cure. But if your ultimate goal is power, how best to use such a weapon?
If you have seen this movie already, I highly recommend you to watch it again and to rediscover all those hidden ideas and things that are extremely accurate in the situation right now.
Authorities are attempting to control its deadly spread.
Sent a wave of destruction throughout the underground.
Fueled by the media, fear and panic spread quickly, fracturing and dividing the country until at last the true goal comes into view.
There are many great ideas in this movie which I love and which made this movie my personal favorite. Of course, starting with this charmingly complex main character.
Voila! In view, a humble vaudevillian veteran, cast vicariously as both victim and villain by the vicissitudes of fate. This visage, no mere veneer of vanity, is a vestige of the vox populi, now vacant, vanished.
Are you like a crazy person?
I'm quite sure they will say so.
Who himself is an idea. And I think that this idea is not revenge, though this is his main motivation during this film, but this is an idea of justice, of power of one person who can change a lot in the world.
People should not be afraid of their governments. Governments should be afraid of their people.
Who is you?
He's an idea of all of us who are powerful enough to change the situation.
Who's all of us?
This is so amazing how they also showed a development, an inner development of this main feminine character, Ivy.
I wish I wasn't afraid all the time, but I am.
How from this weak and immature character, she becomes a fearless woman.
The time has come for you to live without fear.
I'm ready.
For that, she needed to survive in the most terrible circumstances. She needed to face death only for this rebirth. Again, hero's journey. I hope you've seen my video. If you didn't watch it, it explains a lot about this plot. In every life, or film, or dream, there is one theme, one same old scheme. All the films and books and even our life and our dreams are based on the same plot, on this hero's path that shows our inner personal development. That's why I highly recommend you to watch this video to recognize such patterns in your life as well and to understand on which stage you are right now. So all her threatening situation represents us the only possible way that we can overcome our fears, which is to face it. As for me, this film inspired me for one of my best videos on my channel. If you haven't seen it, again, I highly recommend you to watch it. This is an inspiration itself.
I suddenly had this feeling that everything was connected. We're all part of it.
And really, I can speak so much more about this movie, but I think we need to go on. Wanted! Something more entertaining here.
I'm a man!
Kill one, save 1,000. Now, that's what we believe in.
Sometimes this film could be a pure action without any actual physical laws that will work in this reality, yet I love this movie so much. That's the whole movie, based on personal development. We start with this extremely weak, fearful and a bit useless main character, and during the whole movie we can see an amazing transformation. that shows us that no matter how weak you are at the moment, you still can transform yourself from the inside. You still can become a new amazing version of yourself.
Shoot the wings off the flies.
Either you shoot or I do.
This movie also shows on all this like fighting action background tips how you can develop yourself. This purely materialistic thing with like guns and bullets, it actually represents a very deep philosophy of increasing your limits.
If no one ever told you that bullets fly straight, what would you do?
Of doing impossible. Enjoy. By the way, another extremely deep philosophical film with all this gangster background is Revolver, but I didn't even include it in this list because this is something advanced.
In every game in con, there is always an opponent and there is always a victim. The more control the victim thinks he has, the less control he actually has.
I got like the main ideas of this film only after the third time, and I'm still not sure what this film is about.
Rule 1 of any game or con: you can only get smarter by playing a smarter opponent.
Rule number 2.
The more sophisticated the game, the more sophisticated the opponent.
So if you want like to test your skills of understanding different layers of philosophy in a film, you can watch it, but otherwise really I don't recommend it because I don't want to spoil your evening, I want to make it better. And you might be upset if you won't get it because you will feel yourself stupid just as I did. And another, I promise it's the last one, film about personal development, but more, you know, in this Nietzsche Übermensch style. Transcendence with Johnny Depp.
The path to building superintelligence requires us to unlock the most fundamental secrets of the universe.
Intelligent machines will soon allow us to conquer our most intractable challenges.
Its analytical power will be greater than the collective intelligence of every person born in the history of the world.
I can't describe it. It's like my mind has been set free.
Again, if you don't want to hear spoilers, click this timeline. You know, usually in such plots, the main key is that like machine can be better than man, that it's a lie behind the machine, that they did something wrong to kill the humanity, yes, to make us their slaves. I loved this film because it shows the opposite idea. The idea of such a huge human development that we, with our narrow thinking of one human, sometimes can't understand, because we feel that we lose our personality in order to make world better, but maybe that's the thing that we need to do.
Summer, before I took over this planet, this man was a registered sex offender.
Yeah? Well, so what? At least he was himself.
I love all the films that could bring an amazing example of how humanity could look in a better way, how this Übermensch would look like. And that's why I highly recommend you to watch this movie as well, to increase your limits of thinking. There's also a movie called Lucy with Scarlett Johansson with a similar idea of like Übermensch, but I love Transcendence much more.
Yes?
Professor Norman, my name's Lucy. I just read all your research on the human brain. It's a little rudimentary, but you're on the right track.
Thank you.
And I've just remembered Limitless, also a very good film about this topic.
I was blind, but now I see.
Okay, enough with our personal development. Let's go to the nature of the reality. The Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus. This film is special.
The extraordinary Dr. Parnassus.
What are you doing? Trying to save your daughter's life, sir!
You could save her. What do you say? First to 5 souls.
Voila. Oh, voila.
By the way, there's also very interesting casting and background history. Heath Ledger died during filming this film. Heath Ledger, aka Joker.
I'm gonna make this pencil disappear. It's gone.
And I think it is also very symbolic because this film will help you to look a little bit behind the scenes of our reality.
Nothing's permanent, not even death.
Well, main characters are quite typical. It's good versus evil, and they are trying to collect souls. Of course, just as similar forces do it in our real world.
1,000 years ago, Dr. Parnassus made a deal with the devil.
Not a betting man, are you?
To gain immortality.
By going into your fantasies in this Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus, first you face your dreams and then you face the choice. But sometimes it's hard to make the right choice. Sometimes it's not the most profitable one. The best video which I did so far on this channel, called World of Ideas, explained those and many other ideas, so you can watch it and understand this a little bit deeper. This is the first part of my favorite films that I also used a lot in my videos. But if you know, if you can see what's really important and valuable for you, what in the world can make you choose something else? There are many more interesting videos on this channel. I highly recommend you to subscribe, to watch them, to subscribe on my Instagram for more lifestyle, and I wish you all to stay inspired. And remember that together, we'll make our world better.